Hello, and welcome back to episode 12 of the Busy Business Owner's Guide to Marketing. I am so glad you're joining me, because today we're demystifying a huge topic with the title AI Copilots, Leveraging Artificial Intelligence Without Being a Tech Whiz. What I like to do is completely strip away the fear factor. So forget complex code and developer jargon. We're going to talk about how you, as a busy entrepreneur, can use simple AI tools to become more productive and creative in your marketing, starting the very minute this episode ends. So what exactly is this AI Copilot we're talking about? The best way I've found to think about it isn't some complex self-flying plane that takes over completely. Instead, what I like to see is a brilliant, super-fast assistant sitting right there next to you. We're talking about user-friendly tools you've probably heard of, like ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, designed to help you brainstorm, draft, and organize. You might find that this collaborative approach is perfect for tackling those really tedious tasks, which frees up so much more time for high-level strategy and actually growing your business. All right, let's dive into our first practical use case, conquering that dreaded blank page. For me, content creation is where an AI copilot really shines. We all know that feeling of just not knowing where to start. So what I do is turn that blank page into a conversation. I might ask my copilot, give me a week's worth of social media post ideas for a local bakery. Or, if I'm planning a longer piece, I'll say, create a detailed outline for a blog post about sustainable packaging. You might find that even getting a rough draft for your next email newsletter can kickstart your own creativity. It's all about turning that daunting first step into an easy one. Okay, let's move from content creation to conquering your inbox. What I do for those repetitive customer questions is I simply ask my AI to draft a professional, helpful reply in seconds. It's a huge time saver. And for those long, confusing email chains, what I like to see is a quick summary. I'll paste the whole thread in and ask my copilot to pull out the key points and action items. You might find this trick alone saves you hours. And for those really tricky emails, like chasing an overdue invoice, I'll get the AI to craft a draft with the perfect professional but firm tone, taking all the stress out of hitting send. Now, let's talk about market research, because a lot of us think it's only for big companies with massive budgets. But think again. What I do is turn my AI copilot into a personal research analyst. For example, I'll ask it to analyze the one-star customer reviews for my main competitor and list their top 3 complaints. What I like to see is how it instantly spots trends. You might find it's brilliant for diving into forums like Reddit to identify common pain points your audience is talking about, or even using all that info to help you build out detailed customer personas for your next marketing campaign. Now, the secret to getting these great results isn't about being a tech expert. It's all about mastering the art of the prompt. The quality of your output is always directly related to the quality of your input. So, what I do is follow a few golden rules. First, I get really specific. Instead of write an ad, I'll say write 3 short Facebook ad headlines under 10 words. What I also like to see is a huge improvement when I assign the AI a role. For example, act as a marketing expert for small cafes. You might find that adding just a little context, like who your audience is, makes all the difference in getting exactly what you need every time. Now, with all this power comes a bit of caution. What I do is always keep in mind that this is my copilot, not the pilot in charge. You might find that AI can sometimes state things with total confidence that just aren't true. They call these hallucinations. So, what I like to do is a quick, independent fact check on any stats it gives me. I also find it's essential to edit the final text so it has my unique brand voice. And a huge one for me, I make it a strict rule to never input sensitive customer or company data. Think of it as keeping your private business conversations private. So, as we bring this episode to a close, what I really want to leave you with is that AI copilots are accessible, powerful tools. You might find they give you back hours in your week, whether that's with content creation, communications, or research. What I find is the key to unlocking this potential isn't technical skill, but smart prompting and always keeping yourself, the human expert, in the loop. Join us next time for episode 13. Case study: how an overwhelmed SME doubled leads by firing themselves as CMO, where we break down the practical, actionable steps one business owner took to transform their marketing results. If you find this information useful, we would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe this channel to help others find us. If there are subjects you would like covered, please add in the comments section and we will include it in future episodes.